Pingas!
Worgen Druid level 90. Resto. I've always found healing a lot more enjoyable than playing DPS, because as a DPS it's easy to get tunnel visioned and lose concentration, but with healing you're almost constantly alert and you have a better focus on the play at hand. I've also kind of been jealous of Resto Druids ever since I played a Holy Paladin in Burning Crusade. Pots and AoE heals were a commodity I never had, and after playing around with it for a little while I fell in love with the spec. As for talents, Nature's Swiftness is really useful for those oh shit moments where someone suddenly takes a huge amount of damage. Nature's Vigil I preferred over the other two because the other two were more situational, and I don't find myself doing a lot of DPS when I'm doing 5-mans, which is primarily what I do at the moment. Nature's Vigil is also really handy because it provides a good healing output burst. My gear consists of a lot of LFR items, a couple of blues from heroics, a couple of purchasable epics, and yes, unfortunately a PvP helm, but I promise I'm going to upgrade it soon. I almost have enough rep. As for gemming and enchanting, I gem mostly towards intellect and spirit. After that I gem for haste because it's important to get your heals off quickly and that your hots tick for more. I reforge into spirit to help with my regen, and I reforge into haste in order to reach the hot breaking point.
With the power to destroy creatures in a single blow!
Being that I've been trying exclusively to gear up my Resto gear, my Boomkin gear is sadly somewhat left in the dust, and I just usually play using the same items. I just swap the trinkets. I use my Boomkin spec just to do dailies and grinding and stuff like that. I honestly picked jewel crafting because I'd never had it on any max level character before. It just seemed like an interesting alternative to what I'd already done. I know most of the Pandaria patterns now, and I'd be more than happy to help somebody make what they want. As for enchanting, it's just a handy profession to have, especially in a raiding guild. Am I right? Am I right?
Great job!
Britain. Oh boy, started raiding in late 2007. I joined a myriad of Karazhan guilds that didn't stick around for very long. They would basically disband after 2 weeks. My first proper guild was the Night Watch. I was in that guild for about 5-6 months. With them I cleared the whole of tier 4 content, along with the Lurker Below and Hydros and SSC, Void Reaver and Solarian in Tempest Keep. The guild's core raid team left the guild shortly after 3.0 when they nerfed all the bosses' HP. I joined Reincarnation around this time because I already had some friends in that guild and they would accept me as a social. I was the second or third healer in the guild to make it to level 80. I was still on my Paladin at this time, and my attendance was pretty much mandatory to all the guild's 10-man and even 25-man runs. The raiding team was very impressed with my progress, so they promoted me to a raider rank. I cleared the whole of tiers 7, 8 and 9 content with Reincarnation. They disbanded after the release of Trial of the Crusader. The officers basically did this so they could filter out a lot of the mediocre to bad players that the guild had accepted over the Ulduar period. With Murder Train, cleared all the Ulduar 10 hard modes except for Yogg-Saron and Algalon, and I cleared all the Trial of the Grand Crusader heroic 10-man except for Anuba Rak. I left to go on a break from WoW during this period for a couple of months, and when I came back the guild had disbanded. Whatever. This was when I re-rolled to my Death Knight. I joined Echo in late 2009, just as ICC had came out. They were literally clearing it for the first couple of weeks when I joined the guild as a recruit, and the rest is all Echo progress. I cleared ICC 1025, I did all the heroics except for Lich King. I cleared Ruby Sanctum, and then came Cataclysm. I cleared all the tier 11 content as well as about 4 bosses on heroic difficulty. I stopped raiding in May 2011, just before the release of 4.1. The reason I stopped playing was because I was still suffering from Ice Crown fatigue, as well as a bit of disillusionment with the Cataclysm expansion itself. The upcoming content especially just didn't appeal to me. Firelands looked mediocre, and I just fancied taking a break and focusing more on work. But now work has changed and I have a lot more free time in the evenings now, and I would really like to join the raiding scene again. At the moment, I do a lot of daily quests because there's so many you need to keep up on in this expansion, as well as doing a lot of 5-mans when I can. And I don't mind running the odd old raid. If someone's missing an achievement from a metro or something, I'll tag along and help them. Because I'd really like to raid again, and I'd really want to do it with the people that I did it before if they'd have me. The friends and familiar faces that I played with before. I know that Echo is one of the best guilds on the server, and I just wouldn't feel comfortable raiding anywhere else. If you'd have me, I'd gladly turn up to every raid you had. As for staying late, I say to the break of dawn!
To the break of dawn, baby!
Like I said before, most of the guilds that I was in before just kind of disbanded or gave up on raiding. I don't like leaving guilds prematurely. I'm always the last man off the sinking ship, and I've never left Echo. I've always been here as a member, keeping an eye on things and saying hello to the odd friend now and then.
I am well aware of our bylaws, Severus, having written quite a few of them myself.
Yes! Yes!
I hope familiarity. I raided with a lot of these people back when I played on my Death Knight. I'm sure, I hope, they can vouch for my performances in the past even though my gear isn't terribly good. And I think people might feel more comfortable raiding with somebody that they know from back in the day. And I know there's a lot of new players in the guild from when I quit that won't know me, but I promise I'm easy to get along with and I'm really dedicated. I'm always willing to learn more about my class and how I can improve my style from other players. I don't ignore advice. And if I fuck up, I fuck up. I admit it. I come full heart about it. I am aware that my connection isn't terribly great, but in the next month we are changing internet providers, so this won't be a problem for much longer. I'm prepared to answer any questions you might have, and I look forward to your reply. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. Now if you excuse me, I have business to attend to.